I got my spoiler card in the mail today. Hey everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. I hope you're having yourself a great day. It's been a weird week for content this week. I know we're back in the great outdoors. It's been just a weird week. I've got the dogs barking. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to produce great videos for you guys. Next week is going to be an amazing week on the channel. We have my spoiler card. It's gonna go out on Tuesday, and then I have a big week of content. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Next week will be Vegas. I've also got some important videos coming out Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel then. And then we will be vlogging the entire experience that I'm going to in Vegas, the calling in Vegas from Thursday all the way through Monday. You'll have a vlog on the channel that'll be kind of, if you can't make it, you'll be able to enjoy the experience through hopefully these vlogs. So today I wanted to talk about some different things. I wanted to do it outside. You got the lawnmower going on in the background. That's okay. It's better than the dogs barking and interrupting the channel. I wanted to talk about people and their engagement in hobbies. And this, I really believe, applies to any specific hobby that you can pick and choose. In this instance, we're going to be talking about Flesh and Blood. It's certainly true for Magic the Gathering. It's certainly true for card games. It's certainly true for video games. It's certainly true for all these things. Board games, I think it's most true right now for Flesh and Blood, and that's what I want to talk about. But I think all these things can apply for other dynamics. I think they've been applied in my life. I want to start this off by saying I'm just a normal guy. I have a flooding basement. I can't even live in it. I'm outside talking to this is my deck. Like it's fine. I'm no one important. I haven't done any research on this. This is just my personal opinions and my personal belief of what is going on in the world of collectible hobbies as a whole. So let's talk about it. Number one, you and I like to engage in the things that we love. So let's use Flesh and Blood, for example. We like to engage in the action of Flesh and Blood and whatever that hobby is. And we have a finite amount of energy and time and commitments, and some of us have kids and houses and flooding basements, and we've got, you've got jobs and real life and other hobbies and other things and cryptocurrency investments, and there's a million other things in our life, and we only have a finite amount of time and energy and resources to pump into the hobbies that we choose to do. Some of us, I have kayaks. Sometimes I go kayaking. We've got, some of you guys do four-wheeling. You have a finite amount of time. You can't make 25 hours in a day. If you did, you'd be a genius and come talk to me because I need more time. And so what happens is when we are engaging in our hobby, Flesh and Blood in this example, we then something triggers in our brain that says, you did it. Good job. You've been engaging. It's worth it. All of your time that you've spent in the past is now worth it. And all the time that you will spend in the future is now worth it. When you engage in that hobby, you say, man, boom, those neurons, those fancy words that my wife would know, those neurons click in and it tells you that you are engaging in the hobby. And then maybe something happens and you stop engaging. So when I saw this most happen for me, I'm going to use my life as an example. I had a board game night with all my friends, and every Thursday night we'd drive to this just hole in the wall. One of the guys owned a building in Charleston, West Virginia, and we would go down this dark alley and we'd open up the door and there was like this table in there and we would play board games in there every Thursday night. It was terrible. It was a terrible place to play games, but it was a place where we could all get together and play. And every Thursday night we'd go and we'd play games. And then for a couple months, all of a sudden people got busy and we stopped playing. We had played for about a year. We had a board game night every month. For probably, I bet you 50 weeks out of a year we played. And then one day we stopped. And I found myself finding other ways to engage in the board game hobby so that I could click those neurons on and off in my brain. So that's when I got really addicted to Kickstarter. And I would just go and kickstart any board game that I could find because it allowed me to connect with the hobby in a way that I couldn't do when I was, because I wasn't playing the game anymore. I think a lot of this is happening right now in the Flesh and Blood world. Right now, it's the opposite of this. For all throughout the year, all last year, it was really, really difficult to engage with playing the game of Flesh and Blood. It was really difficult. You had to do it online with a webcam. We had great Discord server games. It was awesome. It was really difficult to really engage with the hobby. So what ended up happening is people were buying boxes to open. People were you engaged in the hobby of collectible card games. This is all across the board. Pokemon, Magic, everything. You engaged in the hobby by buying things. That was your primary engagement with the hobby. Well, now flash forward today, and we have had Road to Nationals for 5 weeks. We've had, this is now talking Flesh and Blood, we have Road to Nationals for 5 weeks. A ton of people are gearing up for the calling in Vegas or in Cincinnati or in Dallas. A bunch of people are getting ready for the Nationals at the end of the year. We are all geared up. Everyone's been going to their local game store or their regional store. We had a Road to Nationals. I hosted one. We had like, I think 40 people, 38 people. We had 55 registered. People all over 8 different states coming to engage in the hobby in the real life, and their engagement and their time commitments and their energy has been moved from like the collecting, investing, buying, opening boxes side, and now their engagement in the hobby is in playing. And that's fantastic. This is a fantastic thing for the Flesh and Blood world, because now we're starting to see what the game really feels like and how to really engage with it. All the other things, the purchasing, the opening boxes, the watching YouTube videos, that's a thing, right? All these other things are almost fake engagement with a hobby. Now, all of a sudden, the community is engaging the hobby in a deep and meaningful way. And so this is what I think is really important. You have to understand the ebbs and flows of engagement in a hobby if you're going to be serious about a hobby. I see myself, anytime I'm talking to the camera, I'm really talking to myself. I've been looking at the Flesh and Blood market just baffled. What is going on? Why is Pokemon and Magic the Gathering starting to move up where Flesh and Blood still apparently is going down? And honestly, the more that I engage my own behaviors, the more that I analyze the way that I've been interacting with the hobby, the more that I realize that this is not an issue of the longevity of the game or an investable ability of the game. This is an issue of what is the engagement looking like. I really believe that right now the engagement for Flesh and Blood is not to do with buying anything. This is why I really believe you see unlimited boxes. It's even hard to, boxes aren't even moving at map, right? That's a result of people engaging in the hobby by playing rather than by cracking packs. And that's a good problem for Flesh and Blood to have over the future. So I really think that as you engage in this stuff, as you think about this stuff, it's important to remember what people's engagement levels look like and where their attitude and where their dynamics are going. If you are a player, you should be ecstatic right now because you have the ability to engage in the hobby in a major way, in a significant way. If you're a collector, you have an ability right now to start playing or to learn how to play, to go to Road to Nationals. If you're a collector, you have the ability to pick up some things in your collection that are lower valued right now. And if you're an investor, here's the caveat. You gotta realize that the world is going to do the things that the world does, and people engage in the hobby differently. And as a whale, as an investor in this game, you have to realize that the market is really dictated by the non-whales, by the players, by the collectors, by the dolphins and the minnows and the sea krakens and all the people. The thing of the matter is that when we slow down from here, when we get out of Vegas, I really believe that there's going to be this what do we do now? What do we do? Where do we go? Where do we play? How do we engage in the hobby? And in the December season, in the November, December, January, early year next year, you're going to see, I really believe this, a lot of people going back to finding, okay, I'm stuck in my house. It's winter. I can't go out places. I just got back from this amazing trip to Vegas. I just got back from this amazing trip to the calling, to the whatever. And you're going to start to see people engaging in the hobby in another different way. Unless they announce another Road to Nationals, unless they announce another way to do that, which I don't know. Maybe they will, right? Maybe there will be engaging ways to continue to. I hope so. I honestly really hope so. But if you don't see that, you're going to see people cut back to start engaging in the hobbies in the previous ways that they were doing when they couldn't be playing at the level of play that they are playing right now. that's just a thought. I don't know. The thought based on my board game experience, the thought based on a lot of things going on. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you'll join me for my spoiler reveal card. Oh, look, I can see what it is. Look, I'm looking at it right now. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, the ability's so cool. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Hope you guys are having a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. Hope you're ready for a good week of content next week. I'm stoked. I can't wait for you to see some of the things I've been working on behind the scenes, and I can't wait to spoil the video with you. And most importantly, I can't wait to spend some time with all of you guys out in Vegas. Hope you're coming. One more time, remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again later.